Radio for the show. Your stripes. Okay. I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I've joined Heart Radio for the show. Your stripes movement to support hiring vets. I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I've joined Heart Radio.
Word to the grapevine, Floyd Mayweather going broke. Now, not our broke, but rich person broke. We'll get into that right now, right? He going through all this different type of stuff, like he was using new fights to pay for old debts, and now he's fighting all these type of, them little exhibition fights you keep saying him do? Yeah, he's doing that to pay off debts.
Terrifying, expensive lifestyle, a dark trail of shadow debts and bounced checks, and the tragic reality of what happens when you cannot read your own contract.
Can't read
the Money Mayweather persona.
Yo, they better stop saying my man's can't read. Yo, he really can't, but I know he can read them digits.
Is no longer a marketing brand. It is a psychological prison, and Floyd is fighting to fund his own illusion. Welcome to Redline Theory.
Money Mayweather. His own brand. He trapped by his own brand because the money thing you have.
To understand how $1 billion can evaporate, you have to understand the difference between career earnings and liquid cash. Making $1 billion over 20 years does not mean you have $1 billion in your checking account today. When a fighter retires, those massive 9-figure paydays permanently stop, but the cost of living as Floyd Mayweather does not. This is what financial analysts call the burn rate, and Floyd's burn rate is financially suicidal.
It's just the lifestyle that Floyd lives.
Yes. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the lunges, where he opens the case up.
All your bills and shit. Let me let it be out.
You know?
All the money, you got to show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and latest car, and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that boy, that money goes quick.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of his expenses. Mayweather reportedly owns 2 private Gulfstream jets. Buying a customized Gulfstream G650 costs around $60 million up front, but the purchase price is just a front bill. The real bleeding happens every single month. You have to pay premium international hangar fees, massive aviation insurance, full-time salaries for specialized executive pilots, and federally mandated mechanical checks. Running 2 private jets costs millions of dollars a year in pure, unrecoverable overhead just to keep them legally allowed in the air. Mayweather is famous for his massive, color-coded fleets of luxury cars. He has an all-white fleet in Vegas and an all-black fleet in LA. We're talking about over 100 vehicles, including a $4.8 million Koenigsegg and a $3.5 million Bugatti.
Look at Floyd. Like, Floyd spends money like it's tap. Like he's got a tap. Just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing.
Cars are rapidly depreciating assets. They lose value the second you buy them, but the insurance, the climate-controlled storage, and the bespoke maintenance require a constant river of cash.
Let's walk down here and check this out.
In 2025, he walked into a Vegas dealership and bought 4 luxury cars in a single day for $2.25 million, only to turn around and sue the dealer over one of them. It is chaotic, high-velocity spending. And then there is the entourage, the money.
What the fuck they call it?
Chaotic, high-velocity spending. And then there is the entourage, the money team. In his prime, Floyd surrounded himself with dozens of bodyguards, bag carriers, assistants, and logistics managers. Having a multi-million-dollar annual payroll for an entourage is fine when you just made $250 million fighting Manny Pacquiao. But it becomes a catastrophic liability a decade later when the money stops coming in. Floyd never downsized. He is currently spending out of his principal wealth, not his interest, and he is bleeding out fast. And he is currently spending out of his principal wealth, not his interest, and he is bleeding out fast. You don't have to guess if he is broke, you just have to look at the money trail. Over the last few years, Floyd Mayweather has left a highly documented trail of unpaid bills, defaults, and bounced checks that prove his operational bank account.
People talked about this too. This the reason Gervonta left. Crawford not dealing with him no more. V-Lab was talking about him Bro, he's suing. He's starting to sue people to get all his bread back. Like the companies he's suing, he tried to sue Showtime, bro. What the fuck?
Accounts are completely empty. Let's look at the receipts. First, the real estate humiliation. Despite claiming he owns a $402 million commercial real estate empire, Floyd decided to rent a luxury apartment at the Baccarat Hotel in New York City for $100,000 a month. Billionaires don't rent, they buy. Renting means you have short-term cash flow, but you lack the massive liquid capital for a down payment. But even that short-term cash dried up. In late 2025, his landlord sued him for eviction. He stopped paying rent and accumulated over $500,000 in debt, and when confronted, claimed he had no idea he was behind.
But let me tell y'all, rich people move different. They do rent. Don't get it fucked up. They do rent because they got a whole bunch of shit going on. You know what I mean? So
he signed a settlement to pay it off, made one payment, and immediately defaulted again. He is currently being sued for over $337,000.
Even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that, and it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Second, the jewelers. In early 2026, a Miami jeweler named AJ's Jewelry filed a massive lawsuit. They claim Floyd walked out with $1.6 million in watches and gold chains. He wired them a small upfront fee and then wrote 5 separate checks to cover the rest. Every single one of those 5 checks bounced.
He's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really. Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true. Right. This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Third, the Logan Paul debt. 5 years after the 2021 exhibition fight, Logan Paul is still publicly screaming that Mayweather owes him $1.5 million. Paul claims Floyd got a $10 million upfront site fee from the Middle East, but never paid out the splits. This means Mayweather Promotions isn't running on cash, they are running a shell game, using money from new fights to pay off debts from old fights.
He sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment that I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
And finally, the IRS. After his record-breaking 2015 fight, the IRS hit him with a $22.2 million tax lien. Instead of just writing a check, his lawyers delayed the payment until he could fight Conor McGregor 2 years later.
How much do you owe?
Well, it's more than you want to pay. Yeah, it's in the $20+ million range. It's a lot of money, man. But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception. No, it's just neglect to pay.
When you add up the bounced checks, the unpaid rent, and the missing fight purses, the picture is clear. The money is gone. How does a man who generated over $1 billion let it all slip away? The answer is the most tragic part of this entire story. In 2014, audio leaked of Floyd Mayweather struggling heavily to read a simple radio drop on The Breakfast Club. Leaked of Floyd Mayweather's tragic part of this entire story. In 2014, audio leaked of Floyd Mayweather struggling heavily to read a simple radio drop on The Breakfast Club.
I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I've joined Heart Radio for the show. Your stripes. Okay. I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I've joined Heart Radio for the show. Your Stripes movement to support hiring vets.
Come on, baby.
I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I've joined Heart Radio.
Brothers, know how to read, son. What the fuck?
Heart Radio for the show. Your Stripes. Okay. I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I've joined Heart Radio for the show. Your Stripes movement to support hiring vets. I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I've joined Heart Radio.
50 Cent publicly mocked him, challenging him to read one page of a Harry Potter book.
It's a special ASLELS
They troll
challenge
the
for you,
shit out of
Floyd.
it.
If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. Fuck the bucket of ice, man.
The internet laughed, but the implication of that audio leak is devastating.
50 and 1, this book beat him in the first round. I'm Floyd Mayweather, all he got right. It's all he, I'm Floyd Mayweather. Oh, man.
But the implication of that audio leak is devastating. If you are individually managing a $1 billion sports empire and you cannot personally read, comprehend, and audit a 40-page legal contract, you are completely blind. In modern boxing, revenue is a maze. It comes from pay-per-views, international broadcasts, gate receipts, and sponsors, flowing through dozens of corporate hands before it reaches the fighter. If you cannot read the fine print, you have to unconditionally trust the handlers, lawyers, and accountants around you.
They saying the green light in Floyd, boy. They saying the green light on him. Oh, he can't read a 40-page contract, bro. He can't read the fine print. He can't read green light. Boom. Everybody, the advisors, everybody done seen green. Everybody done got a big-ass piece of his pie. You heard me? And it's one guy that really got a big-ass piece, but he ain't even suing him. He tried to sue Schultz. Bro, what the fuck?
And history proves that when a celebrity blindly trusts their entourage, they get robbed. This brings us to the $340 million Showtime lawsuit. In February 2026, Mayweather filed a massive lawsuit against Showtime and its executives. He claims they orchestrated a decade-long financial fraud, wiring hundreds.
What they say, Floyd Mayweather Jr. alleged Showtime helps his former business advisor hide hundreds of millions of dollars from his advisor.
Millions of his fight earnings to orchestrated a decade-long financial fraud, wiring hundreds of millions of his fight earnings directly into third-party accounts controlled by his advisors. The lawsuit outlines a textbook embezzlement scheme. It claims funds were drained using fake accounting labels like loan payoffs and expenses. It claims a massive $20 million slush fund was created and falsely labeled as a reimbursement for his 2015 fight against Andre Berto. And when Floyd's new team finally asked to see the ledgers, Showtime allegedly told them the financial records were lost in a flood. This lawsuit serves two purposes. First, the fraud might be entirely real. The entourage he built likely bled him dry while he was looking the other way. But second, filing a $340 million lawsuit is a desperate Hail Mary attempt to claw back cash to pay off his crushing immediate debts. You deep the burn rate, the shadow debt.
Out of that, or if Floyd just spends more money out of his ass.
When you deep the burn rate, the shadow debts, the bounced checks, and the corporate theft, the chaotic events of 2026 suddenly start to make perfect, terrifying sense. The house of cards is collapsing. Floyd has to use his only remaining asset, his physical body, to generate cash.
Now look, y'all. Now after all this shit, everything goes down. It's the house is falling. It's the cards is collapsing. You hear me? Now he got to use his physical body to start making paper. You get what I'm saying? Now he actually got to get back in the ring and start making this extra paper. That's why you see him doing all these exhibition matches. And now you about to see a third fight.
Cash immediately.
Bro.
And that's why he booked an exhibition in the Democratic Republic of Congo against Mike Tyson. Tyson's cards is collapsing. Floyd has to use his only remaining asset, his physical body, to generate cash immediately. And that's why he booked an exhibition in the Democratic Republic of Congo against Mike Tyson. Tyson will be 60 years old and naturally weighs over 220 pounds. To make this happen safely, they are using 16-ounce gloves and fighting 2 minutes.
So that mean they probably got Tyson 2 in the hole. That mean they got Mike Tyson 2 in the hole, y'all. Pay attention, bud.
Rounds. It is an athletic circus, but it carries a reported $20 million purse.
These guys have an opportunity to be on Netflix and be seen by 40, 50 million people in the fight. Over 100 million people watched Mike Tyson fight.
Because the check is too big to ignore. He's willing to fly to
get Mike Tyson, and Floyd Mayweather can do those type of numbers as well.
Floyd is willing to fly to Central Africa to fight a heavyweight simply because the check is too big to ignore. Weeks later, he is scheduled to fight a retired 45-year-old kickboxer named Mike Zambidis in Greece. This keeps him far away from the strict regulations of Las Vegas, allowing him to extract easy regional site fees without taking real damage. And finally, the Las Vegas climax. A fully sanctioned professional rematch against Manny Pacquiao at the Sphere in September. 11 years after they broke the world record, two aging legends are stepping back into the ring for a massive Netflix broadcast. This grueling, geographically chaotic schedule is not the behavior of a secure billionaire. It looks like a rapid, wholesale liquidation of his remaining athletic equity to stave off bankruptcy. If a normal person runs out of money, the solution is painful but simple. You downsize. You sell the $60 million jet, you auction the car fleet, you sell the mansions, move into a quiet house, live off index funds, and disappear. But Floyd Mayweather cannot downsize. He is a prisoner of his own creation. For 25 years, he built his entire existence around being Money Mayweather. To downsize would mean admitting to the public that he failed. For an ego built entirely on being undefeated and unfathomably rich, that admission is psychological suicide. So he has to keep up the facade, even as it destroys him. He is literally...
The money team, y'all, he is literally faking his wealth to project perfection. You feel me? The money team. Cash Cow. That's his brand.
Faking his wealth to project perfection. When Business Insider published an article exposing that his claim of buying a $402 million New York real estate portfolio was completely fake, Floyd sued them for $100 million in defamation. He claimed the article humiliated him. He doesn't care about the real estate, he cares about his perception. The perception of his wealth is his last remaining asset. Because he cannot tolerate the optics of going broke, he makes self-destructive choices. Instead of selling the jet, he bounces checks to jewelers. Instead of selling the cars, he stops paying rent. The financial facade has to get louder because his foundation has completely crumbled behind the scenes. Floyd Mayweather is no longer the quote-unquote money Mayweather we once knew. He is a prisoner to his own brand.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, it gets so bad for Floyd, like the persona. Y'all remember when he sat right next to Jay-Z, he get to pulling out his money. Look at this shit. Y'all see that shit? Look. Y'all peep Jay right here.
But let's be real, this isn't even a flex for Mayweather. This is just Floyd being Floyd.
Look at this. Y'all see, bro? Y'all see him though? Look, just pop it out. Look. Look. See Jay-Z, he just had to whip it out. Come on, bro. You ain't got to do all that. Who the fuck? Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about Floyd. Remember, yo, it's a difference between all broke and rich people broke. But he is on the decline major, yo. You feel me? Shout out to Floyd, though. I don't know, bro. That persona he got, that cash cow money team, you feel me? That's the only thing that's keeping his paper coming in. So if that go down, we might see on his Delonte West shit. Y'all hit me up. We gonna be back on the next one. Y'all funny as a mother.